Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairs Cloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is CRACK10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairs Cloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. So friends, in today's video, we will be discussing important current affairs of 22nd and 23rd of May. The session will be very important, so do pay attention till the end. As well as friends, Ashu sir will be available very soon, so kindly pay attention and kindly have patience till the time. Alright, let's start. First thing is National Mission for Clean Ganga. Recently, National Mission for Clean Ganga has approved a total of 660 crore rupees to develop water infrastructure projects along the Ganga river. I repeat, a total of 660 crore rupees was approved to develop water infrastructure projects along the Ganga River. A total of 11 projects has been approved with an estimate cost of 660 crore rupees to develop water infrastructure projects along the Ganga River. This was the 42nd meeting of the Executive Committee of the National Mission for Clean Ganga under the chairmanship of G. Ashok Kumar. Highly important question. Who is the chairman of National Mission for Clean Ganga? He is G. Ashok Kumar. Alright, if we talk about the project details, project approved for interception, diversion and treatment works in Saharanpur town focusing on the cleaning. Next, Greenco. Greenco is ready to set up the world's largest IRESP. What is IRESP? It is world's largest integrated renewable energy storage project. I repeat, integrated renewable energy storage project. This is the world's largest integrated renewable energy solar project that will be set up by Greenco, and the location where this will be set up is Andhra Pradesh. I repeat, this storage capacity will have a 5230 megawatt of capacity to store, and this is the world's largest integrated renewable energy storage project with a capacity to store 5230 megawatt, and the location where this will be set up is Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh. It will be the first of its kind single location energy storage project with wind and solar capacities. The Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, that is Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy sir, has performed the first concrete pour ceremony of this project. This project is scheduled to be commissioned by the last quarter of the year 2023. The project will help avoid 15 million tons of carbon dioxide that is annually released into the atmosphere. This 15 million carbon dioxide is equivalent to running of 3 million cars. The state of Andhra Pradesh has favorable topography for pumped storage plants, which is effectively used. It can become an energy storage capital of India. Next, if question asked to you is, Anti-Terrorism Day is observed on which day in India? Can you tell me? 21st of May is observed as Anti-Terrorism Day in India every year. It was on this day in the year 1991 that our former Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated, and that is the reason we observe Anti-Terrorism Day on 21st of May. I repeat, in 1991 on 21st of May, Rajiv Gandhi, who was the former Prime Minister of India, was assassinated, and the objective of this day is to sensitize the youth about terrorism and violence by highlighting the suffering of common people because of this. Alright, so remember, this year it was the 30th anniversary of the, or you can say it was the 30th death anniversary of the Anti-Terrorism Day. So correct option here is option 4th. Next, UNICEF has released a Child Alert May 2022 report. India is home to world's most severely wasted children. I repeat, recently UNICEF has released a report that was Child Alert May 2022. India is home to world's most severely wasted children. What is this severely wasted children? Remember, it is related to malnutrition. That means people or the small children in India are not provided with proper nutrition. They are not provided with adequate amount of food that contains the right amount of nutrition that are required for their body. There is a term, remember, severe wasting, or you can say wasting. Wasting is the most visible and fatal form of malnutrition. I repeat, wasting is the most severe and fatal form of malnutrition that is described as a low weight for height ratio. The most dangerous form is severe wasting, often known as acute malnutrition. I repeat, it is also known as acute malnutrition, or this can be termed as severe wasting. So Indian children are suffering from most severely wasted children in India. That means they are having lack of nutritional diet and frequent occurrences of infections such as diarrhea, measles, malaria that deplete or that reduces a child's immunity. I repeat, there was a report that was released by UNICEF. The name of the report was Child Alert May 2022. India is home to world's most severely wasted children. That means India is home to most malnourished children in India. That means they have less amount of nutrition in their diet. According to UNICEF, India has the world's most severely wasted children under the age of 5 with around 57,72,000 affected children. All right, here the data was for below the 5 years. That also you need to remember. All right, and 57,72,000 children are affected by this at the age of below the age of 5. In terms of countries with the highest number of children under the age of affected by severe wasting, here Indonesia ranks second with around 8 lakh severely wasted children. Then is your Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh similarly. All right, then here you can see wasting. As I told you, what is severe wasting? Severe wasting is synonymous to acute malnutrition. It is synonymous to acute malnutrition. That means lack of nutrition to the students or to the children below the age of 5 years old. Next, Nirmala Sitharaman. We know she is the finance minister of India, as well as remember she is the Indian governor of New Development Bank. I repeat, Nirmala Sitharaman. She is the finance minister of India, as well as remember she is the India's governor for the New Development Bank. And recently Nirmala Sitharaman has chaired the 7th annual meeting of the Board of Governors of New Development Bank. I repeat, Nirmala Sitharaman, she is finance minister, as well as she is the India's governor to the New Development Bank, and recently she chaired the 7th edition of the annual meeting of Board of Governors of New Development Bank. Where was this? This was through a video conference in New Delhi. Apart from this, if we talk about New Development Bank, it is a multilateral development bank that was set up by BRICS. What is BRICS? Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. This New Development Bank was set up in 2014. All right, and this was operationalized in 2015, and the headquarter of this New Development Bank is in Shanghai, China. Then remember, two newly added members, they were Bangladesh and UAE, and two prospective members were Egypt and Uruguay. Next, moving to the question part, which was the topmost investor in India during the fiscal year 21-22? Tell me, who was the topmost investor in India for the fiscal year 21-22? Tell me. It was Singapore. Singapore was the topmost investor in India. All right, and the FDI inflow from Singapore was around $83.57 billion. This $83.57 billion is for the whole FDI in India. And if we are talking about the share of Singapore, that was around 27% of the total fiscal foreign direct investment of India. That was around $83.57 billion, out of which 27% stake was of Singapore. All right. Next, one more thing related to Singapore. If you remember, first Singaporean to be appointed as the president of FATF, that is your Financial Action Task Force, he was T. Raja Kumar. Question can be direct and simple, that who was the first Singaporean who has been appointed as the president of Financial Action Task Force? He is T. Raja Kumar. UAE, if we are talking about FATF, remember UAE was added into the grey list of FATF, and UAE is the first country where first IIT outside India will be developed. Next, we are talking about the 10th session of the India-Oman JMC. JMC stands here for Joint Commission Meeting 2022, that was held in New Delhi. I repeat, if question asked where or which edition of the India-Oman JMC, that is a Joint Commission meeting, was held in New Delhi, it was the 10th edition of this. All right, and this is the reason recently the Minister Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, who is of Commerce Minister, recently visited India. I repeat, the Minister of Commerce of Oman recently visited India from 10th to 14th of May, and during his visit, it was the 10th session of the India-Oman Joint Commission meeting that was held in New Delhi. So where was this held? In New Delhi. Which edition of this was? It was the 10th edition of it. And who is the Commerce Minister of Oman? He is Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, as you can see here in the picture. Next we are talking about 2030 Seoul Declaration. Recently, a Seoul Declaration was signed that stated that we need to triple our investment for restoring the degraded land by 2030. I repeat, the Korea Forest Service, KFS, and Food and Agriculture Organization, that is a department of United Nations, that is UNFAO, has recently signed a or organized a 15th World Forestry Congress. What is this XV? XV stands for, you can say, 15th World Forestry Conference 2021 at Seoul, that is the Republic of Korea, from 2nd to 6th of May. What was the reason of this? During this, 141 participant countries endorsed the Seoul Forest Declaration to convey the urgent need for action to achieve green, healthy, and resilient future with forest. This World Forest Congress, that was the 15th edition of this, also emphasized on the youth call for action and ministerial call on sustainable wood. I repeat, there were 141 participants for this. They endorsed the Seoul Forest Declaration. Also, they emphasized on the youth call for action and ministerial call on sustainable wood. Apart from this, this is the theme that is important and you should remember, that is building a green, healthy and resilient future with forest. This was the theme of the 15th edition of World Forestry Congress. And who organized this Congress? It was organized by two organizations, that is Korea Forest Service along with United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization organized this. Also, the important thing that you need to focus here is that investment in forest and landscape should at least triple by 2030 in order to implement the global commitments and meet internationally agreed goals and targets. All the stakeholders and institutions should have a shared and integrated responsibility over forests to achieve a sustainable future. Moving on. Next, remember RBI. RBI has asked all the banks to provide cardless cash withdrawal facility at their ATMs. What is ATM? Full form of ATM? Automated teller machine. So remember, recently RBI has asked all the banks to provide an cardless cash withdrawal, that is your ICCW. Remember this term, that is interoperable cardless cash withdrawal at their ATM facility. All right, in order to curb like skimming, card cloning and device tampering, to avoid all these frauds, RBI has asked to provide a cardless cash withdrawal facility at all the ATMs. Highly important, pay attention. This directive is issued under the section 10 part 2 read with the section 18 of the Payments and Settlements Acts of 2017. Moving on. Next, remember, RBL Bank has tied up with Amazon Pay to offer UPI payment services. Important question. Question will be simple and direct, that recently which bank has tied up with Amazon Pay to offer UPI payment services? It is your RBL Bank. RBL Bank has tied up with Amazon Web Services, AWS. All right. If in question it is given Amazon, then it is also okay. But if given AWS, that is your Amazon Web Service, so which organization or which bank has tied up with Amazon Web Services to offer UPI payments for peer-to-peer and peer-to-merchant transactions? It is your RBL Bank. Next, remember VoloPay. VoloPay has partnered with Visa to issue their own cards in APAC region. What is this? Asia Pacific region. I repeat, VoloPay is the organization that has partnered with Visa to offer their own Asia Pacific region cards. VolvoPay, a Y Combinator backed corporate cards and payable management company that has joined with Visa, that is a fintech fast track program to offer financial management solutions. This program will allow VoloPay to start issuing their own Visa cards to their client businesses in the Asia Pacific region. So remember, VoloPay partnered with Visa to provide their own cards in the Asia Pacific region. Next question. Which is the venue for the World Economic Forum annual meeting for the year 2022? I repeat, which is the venue for the World Economic Forum WEF annual meeting for the year 2022? Can you tell me? It is Davos. Where is Davos? Where is this Davos? It is in Switzerland. So remember, World Economic Forum is set to hold an annual meeting for the year 2022, that is in the town of Switzerland, Davos. This will be from 22nd to 26th of May. This is the first global in-person event since the start of the pandemic. And what is the theme of this World Economic Forum? This is working together, restoring trust. I repeat, working together, restoring trust is the theme for the World Economic Forum meeting that will be held at the town of Switzerland, that is Davos. Next, Indian startup Skyroot has successfully tested Kalam 100 engine on Vikram 1 launch vehicle. So two things you need to remember here. First, which is the Indian startup that has tested Kalam 100 engine? It is your Skyroot. So which is the startup? It is your Skyroot startup. What did it test? It tested Kalam 100, that is an engine. And what is the third thing you need to remember? It tested on which launch vehicle? It was on Vikram 1 launch vehicle, where this Kalam 100 engine was tested by Skyroot, that is an Indian startup. A Hyderabad based space startup, that is Skyroot Aerospace, successfully tested this solid fuel based engine, Kalam 100 engine, that would be used in the third stage of the launch vehicle called Vikram 1. The company is developing a series of 3 small satellite launch vehicles called Vikram 1, Vikram 2 and Vikram 3. The Vikram 1 rocket will use 4 fuel based stages, which will include 3 solid fuel and 1 liquid fuel stage for the launch. Alright, and this launch engine that we are talking about, Kalam 100 engine, is a solid fuel based engine that was tested by Skyroot Aerospace, that is a Hyderabad based startup, and this is for Vikram 1. Next remember, Boeing spacecraft has blasted into orbit. The Boeing company and the NASA, they launched a Starliner space capsule OFT-2, that is a Starliner space capsule, that was OFT-2, that is Orbital Flight Test 2, from the Space Launch Complex 41 on the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida, that is in USA. This launch was carried out using a United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket. I repeat, this launch was carried out using a United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket. The launch is the second unscrewed flight test of the Boeing's Crew Space Transportation. Alright, and this was launched using United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket. Alright, and what is these two organizations? The Boeing company and your NASA. They launched a Starliner space capsule OFT, that is a Orbital Flight Test 2, that has recently blasted into orbit. Alright, apart from this, remember, NASA partnered with Boeing company and Elon Musk Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, that is SpaceX, to build and operate vehicles to fly astronauts to and from the space station. SpaceX has flown 4 astronauts rotations to the ISS, that is your International Space Station, with its last launch that was in April 27, 2022, and the 5th launch is now planned in September 2022. Next, we are talking about James Webb Space Telescope. This is the world's largest and most powerful space-based observatory that was recently launched. This works in the infrared region. Remember this also. Alright, it is gold-plated also, remember. Alright, and it is the world's most powerful telescope that was sent into the space. Recently, a test was conducted, and it proved and it verified that the telescope could conduct moving target science, as it was tracking a moving object using this, or you can say we were able to track a moving object with the help of this James Webb Space Telescope, and this has proved that this telescope could be used on the moving target, and this is your James Webb Space Telescope. Next, this James Webb Telescope team has already used an asteroid within our solar system to run engineering tests of the moving target capability. The engineering team tested this capability on the small asteroid that was 6481 Tenzing, named after Tenzing, Norway. So just remember the name of the asteroid. It was 6481 Tenzing, that was named after Tenzing, Norway. Who is Tenzing Norway? He is the famous Tibetan mountain guide who was one of the first people to reach the summit of Mount Everest. Coming back, what did James Webb Space Telescope prove right now? That they can track moving targets in space now with the help of this James Webb Space Telescope. Moving on. What is the name of the technology in which the DNA of an organism is changed? I repeat, can you name the technology in which the DNA of an organism is changed? What is that technology called? It is genome editing. The Department of Biotechnology notified the guidelines for safety assessment of genome edited plants. The guidelines provided a roadmap for the sustainable use of genome editing technologies. They are applicable to public and private sector research institutions. Genome editing is basically a technology in which the DNA of an organism is changed and it is different from the genetically modified organism technology. Alright, so this is known as genome editing. Next we are talking about 20th of May. What do we observe on 20th of May? It is World Bee Day is observed on 20th of May. It is observed by United Nations across the globe to raise awareness of the essential role of bees and other pollinators plants in keeping people and the planet healthy. What is the theme? Theme is Be Engaged, celebrating the diversity of bees and beekeeping system. Alright, I repeat. Theme is Be Engaged, celebrating the diversity of bees and beekeeping system, and this is observed, World Bee Day is observed on 20th of May. Also remember, for the first time this day was observed in the year 2018, and this time it is the 4th anniversary, you can say, of the World Bee Day. Next, here you can see Be Engaged, celebrating the diversity of bees and beekeeping system. This is the theme of the World Bee Day that is observed on 20th of May. Next, remember, Delhi government has taken a unique initiative of using robots for extinguishing fires in Delhi. They have inducted 2 robots that would be able to extinguish fire easily in narrow streets, warehouses, basements, stairs, forest, and enter places like oil and chemical tankers also in factories. Alright, so how many robots has been included by Delhi government? 2 robots has been included. Alright, if trial is successful, more such robots will also be inducted into the fleet. These remote control robots will prove to be the major troubleshooters for the firefighters. These robots will be able to, or they are capable of releasing high water pressure at the rate of 2400 liters per minute. Alright, who is the Chief Minister of Delhi? Arvind Kejriwal. And there is an airport in Delhi that you need to remember, Indira Gandhi International Airport. Then if question is asked, where is Red Fort? Red Fort is also in Delhi. Chandni Chowk, where is Delhi? In Chandni Chowk is also in Delhi only, you need to remember. Apart from this, if asked where is Lotus Temple in Delhi, it is also in Delhi. And My EV portal, this was for promoting electric autos, was also launched by Delhi. Hobby Hubs was also launched by Delhi. And Happiness Curriculum, this, or you can say Desh Ke Mentor, this program was also launched by Delhi only. Where is the museum for the former prime ministers of India? It is also in New Delhi. And if one more question related to New Delhi, that where is the first center of excellence for Khadi set up? It was also set up in Delhi only. So many questions related to Delhi. Next, Uttarakhand's government BPCL has signed an MOU for the growth of renewable energy. I repeat, recently Uttarakhand government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited for the development of new and renewable energy projects in state. This MOU intends to take forward Uttarakhand government by balancing both in the field of renewable energy as well as ecological economy, because we know all the country, all the states even in India are shifting from non-renewable sources to renewable sources of energy. What are the renewable sources of energy? Green hydrogen. Then if you remember there are multiple projects that are starting related to green hydrogen. Where is the first green hydrogen making plant set up? It is in Jorhat, that is in Assam. Then hydrogen blending with natural gas was done by GAIL in Indore, MP. Another plant that was for bio-CNG plant, that is Gobardhan, was also set up in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. In Maharashtra, there was a program that was started that will be providing electric vehicle charging station, and this electric vehicle charging station will be powered by biogas. Alright, biogas. Also remember, this electric vehicle charging station will be used to power the street lights also. Then coming back, if we are talking about BPCL, that is Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, its headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. And if we are talking about Uttarakhand, who is the Chief Minister? Pushkar Singh Dhami is the Chief Minister and Governor is Gurmeet Singh. So let's revise once all the important current affairs that we did today. It will be a very quick revision for all of you. First is NMCG has approved water infrastructure projects for 660 crore rupees. What is NMCG? National Mission for Clean Ganga, and who is the chairman of National Mission for Clean Ganga? He is G. Ashok Kumar ji. Next, remember, IIT Kanpur has signed a joint agreement with CSIS and USA that to create a global just transition network. Then Greenco is ready to set up the world's largest IRESP. What is IRESP? It stands for Integrated Renewable Energy Storage Project that will have a capacity of 5,230 megawatts. And this will be set up in the Kurnool districts of Andhra Pradesh. Then remember UNICEF. UNICEF has released a Child Alert May 2020 report that stated India is home to world's most severely wasted children, or you can say India is home to world's most acute malnourished children below the 5 years of age. Then coming back to fifth option question, that is Nirmala Sitharaman, that is the finance minister of India, as well as she is the India's governor to the New Development Bank. This New Development Bank is being set up by BRICS, and the headquarter of this New Development Bank is in Shanghai, China. Recently, Nirmala Sitharaman, who is the finance minister as well as the India's governor of the New Development Bank, will be chairing the 7th annual meeting board of governors of New Development Bank, and it will be virtually and it will be through New Delhi only. Next, then remember the 10th session of the India-Oman Joint Commission meeting was held in New Delhi when the Oman's commerce minister, that is Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, visited India. Then the 15th edition of the World Forestry Congress has adopted a Seoul Forest Declaration that stated that we need to triple our investment for restoring degraded land by the year 2030. Next is RBI has asked all the banks to provide cardless cash withdrawal facility at their ATMs that will allow the exporters to settle trade transactions with Sri Lanka in the INR rupees. Next is RBL Bank has tied up with Amazon Pay to offer UPI payment services. HDFC Bank has craves out rural banking as a separate vertical, launches spot home loans offer on WhatsApp. I repeat, HDFC Bank has carved out rural banking as separate vertical and has launched spot home loans offer on WhatsApp. Next is Volopay. Volopay has partnered with Visa to offer their own cards in the Asia Pacific region. Then Indian startup Skyroot Aerospace has successfully tested Kalam 100 engine for Vikram 1 launch vehicle, and there are 3 Vikram launch vehicles, that is Vikram 1, Vikram 2 and Vikram 3. Next, NASA and Boeing has launched a Starliner spacecraft to carry astronauts to the International Space Station. I repeat, who have tied up? NASA and Boeing. Next is world's most powerful space telescope has completed their first test, and it was to track the moving objects in deep space, and they have successfully tested it. What is the name of this? It is James Webb Space Telescope, and it works on the infrared rays. Next, World Bee Day. It is observed on 20th of May 2022 and it was first observed in the year 2018. This was the 4th edition of the World Bee Day. Next, Delhi government has included 2 robots in their firefighting fleet. Next, Uttarakhand government has signed an MOU with BPCL for renewable energy. Alright, in order to work in the Department of Renewable Energy, this Uttarakhand government has signed an MOU with BPCL. Now, let's shift to the homework part. First question, which state recently named Nanjarayan Tank as its 7th bird sanctuary? Second question, who was recently appointed as the chairman of Bombay Stocks Exchange Limited? Third question, who was recently appointed as the chairman and managing director of Rural Electrification Corporation Limited? Fourth question, name the author of the book that is A Place Called Home, which will be released in June 2022. So friends, that's all for the day. I hope you enjoyed the session. All you have to do is like the video, share the link of this video and subscribe to our channel. So friends, that's the end of our session. I hope you have gained some interesting information today, and this information will be very helpful for you in the upcoming exams. So do like the video, subscribe and also share the link of this video with your friends. And if you want us to continue with such sessions, all you have to do is comment below. The value of your comment is very much. Thank you. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.